What? No, that's not true. Matrix came out 10 years ago today. Same day as Undertale. Same day as Piccolo Day. Same day as almost Christmas. Almost Piccolo Day means it wasn't Piccolo Day. I really should have started this song from the beginning of the 11-minute loop and not like the last one. Because I've watched this video before on YouTube. And so it starts... I wonder if I could disable that. I kind of wish I could have, like, specific bookmarks for when I want to resume watching a video from the start later. But if it's just like a random song or something, I don't want to restart from the beginning. Or I want to restart it from the beginning. Very important that I keep my position in this minute-and-a-half song. I need to remember where I was for later for my book club. I played through a little bit of Energy Breaker, the game this music is from. It's cool, but it's weird. From the Lufia teams from Neverland. Like, you have to assign... It's not just that you level up, it's that you have to assign points to elements to unlock specific spells. I'm not sure if it also affects your stats too. It's been a hot minute since I tried it last. I'll go back to it at some point. You know, when I don't have a backlog of games that's too fucking big. But yeah, welcome back. We're gonna play some more Fiesta today. I would like to give a shot at Soul Cannon. I got all the resources I need. I got my angel rings. Turns out that geomancers are actually kind of nice for grinding. Where's this music? Oh, is that Steam? Thanks, Steam. You know, when I closed that browser window, that's what I wanted to hear. Steam just decides, I'm going to start playing the trailer now. I truly do not understand how the Steam player works for store pages. It's not good. Anyways, make sure to consult the enclosed instruction booklet. So in the process of getting my angel rings, we are considerably stronger. We're now level 30, which is pretty far beyond where most people would be at this point, but because I found out that there's a fun little trick here that Gaia can do pretty nicely, like geomancers. I also grabbed some turtle shells. I farmed up my 99 of them because we're going to want them later. Look at that, Earthquake does damage when it's not a flying enemy. What a treat. But it turns out that there's a fun little spot here in the desert. Actually, anywhere really that just pushes you back. So what you do is you find a spot that pushes you back onto the, onto the path and just kind of do this a bunch. And then all you do is you hold down whatever direction you were in and hold down A. And as long as your memory is set up, like as long as you have the commands correct, so make sure you prime them first. We're just going to be spamming Gaia, basically. And once you do this, you just hold down right and A, and then you just speed up. Or actually, no, Turbo A, I think, works, yeah, because sometimes you get items. So you just set up Turbo A and right, and it'll automatically pop Gaia as soon as it's available. It doesn't matter the position on the menu, it'll just get it as soon as it's available. And the desert spells are generally pretty good. I think Sandstorm is the only kind of stinky one. And again, I'm not pressing any other inputs right now, I'm literally just holding down right and Turbo A. Desert Storm instantly kills everything in the desert, basically. Nope, there's White Mage Mastered. And you can just do this for as long as you want. Sometimes you will get back attacked, but it's usually not too scary. The enemies here are not tremendously dangerous, and thankfully the Dorn Chimera does not live in this desert. So you just kind of do this. I'll just set it on like hyper turbo speed, and you just do this a bunch. And you have infinite, you know, mana. Gaia does not cost anything, so you never really have to go back. The only thing you have to worry about is your health, because sometimes you will get back attacked, and they will probably get a bop off on you or so. And this is a much better way to get experience. Unfortunately, farming Wild Max is not great, because Gaia only has one multi-target spell against them, and it's not very consistent. You get Leaf Storm, which is... sometimes it'll one-shot, and sometimes it will not. Even at level 30, like, I'm still hitting for 50s sometimes with it. I don't know what the damage formula is on it, but it's not good. Sandstorm is also kind of stinky like that, but at the very least you have different AoEs and straight-up just one-shots as well. So you just do this for as long as you want to, you get tons of money. I think it's faster than the Wild Mac fights too, because a lot of times you just get Desert Storm and kill instantly, so... just do this as long as you want to. Again, I already have my Angel Rings farm, but like just kind of doing this a bunch to get some levels. It's also better for getting AP, because sometimes you'll get encounters that give you 2 rather than 1, and again, you're not putting any extra effort in, you're literally just holding down right. So you don't have to worry about repositioning for encounters, you don't have to do like a left and right macro or anything like that, you just do this. You just do this as much as you want. And as long as you're keeping it close on your HP, like it's rare that you'll take more than 200-300 HP on a back attack maybe. As long as you're paying attention to your HP, you can level up very quickly. Also sometimes those guys will just run straight up, which is nice. So you can just do that. So I've been passing around the White Mage and Geomancer levels just to kind of get everybody a nice little shot of White Mage. Actually, I'm going to switch over Ferris now. But she is only level 4 still. That way we can have the maximum level of magic for whoever I decide to make the, what's it called? I'm blanking on the name. On the Freelancer. Oops. Unfortunately, Geomancers and White Mages are literally 1 point away in terms of the magic they provide with their abilities, so it's kinda stinky. I think Geos have 1 more point, but aside from that, like, stat-wise, they're both very similar. Chemists are pretty stinky as well, so... thankfully, Chemists don't really need too much. Do we master? Yeah, Geo's mastered. Yeah, so it's just Ferris, basically. Ferris is a little behind because I swapped them around, but we should be good for a bit. And we don't need everybody at level 7, you know, white magic right now. It is nice to have, but it is much better for passing stats if you don't have any other casters, which we kind of do. Also, just by virtue of leveling up a bunch, we've gotten access to our next tiers of Gaia spells, so we can start getting Air Slash. I think Earthquake is the level 20 spell, and then Gust is the level 10. Or no, is it Gust is level 0 to 10 or whatever? Yeah, this attack is kind of stinky. Branch Arrow, a single target, it does pretty mediocre damage. There's also Branch Spear, which at least does 4 digits, but again, it's RNG, so... Yeah, there you go. Just gonna go heal real quick and restock, save up, all that good stuff. Also, we should have... Yeah, this is after buying all my Angel Rings, by the way. Probably is better to keep the Elven Mantle for now, though. Like, it does give you a good amount of magic defense, but I think the mobility is probably better. At least for now. Now, you might ask, why don't you just cure Old from the Soul Cannon if it's that much of an issue? You're right, you could cure Old with Asuna, I do have White Mage. The problem is that curing Old simply removes the Old status, and Old in this game removes levels from that character until the fight is over. And the problem is that removing Old status does not restore the levels that were taken from you. So, every time you get Olded in that fight, you are effectively, permanently, like, getting weaker and weaker. And the issue is that even if you have, you know, everybody loaded up with Isuna, eventually you're going to be lower and lower, and you're going to hit the point where you can no longer physically deal damage to Soul Cannon in the first place. And you kind of need to do that to end the fight. Wind Slash is nice when it shows up. But yeah, the problem is, yeah, exactly, like you're constantly fighting a losing battle. Old is kind of cracked. The good news is this also works for enemies, so if you can ult an enemy, they also get their level cut down with whatever penalties that might incur. We also got 99 antidotes, not because I bought them from a store, just because I passively got 99 by spamming these fights over and over again. The easy grinding here, it's not like a massive advantage that Geomancer gets, but we will take whatever we can get. There's also a very, very, very small benefit in that the Soul Cannon fight, since everything is going to be like non-physical damage, it means that being in the front row is not going to it's not going to have any real issue for us. Because normally you want your mages in the back row, because they'll take full damage if they're in the front, and mages generally don't have good defense, but since everything's going to be magical anyways, fuck it, put them in the front row, they can do more damage. They can deal very slightly more damage with their dinky little Mage Mashers. I wonder if Mage Masher or Bells would deal more damage. Bombs? Bombs, thankfully, do not count as floating, so you can Earthquake them, which is a one-shot. Daddy? It's such a goofy little set piece. Ooh. A dad that tricks you into falling into a pitfall. Also, dropping your level has a number of other penalties. Because not only do you deal less damage, but then status effects are less likely to hit. If they're not forced via some mechanism. Like, for example, Break Blade, it doesn't matter what your level is, as long as you hit with Break Blade, it will kill. But if you're trying to cast it naturally through like a spell or whatever, then it gets harder and harder. He's a tough old cuss. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase outside of this game. Very strong upper body, though. Just going on the monkey bars below the floor there. I'm not sure how Gaia's gonna do against cheese biscuits and mashed potatoes. I also farmed a Death Sickle for later, in case I want one. It's my first available source of instant death, so it'll be good to have on the table for when we do get Freelancer eventually. I'm kind of glad that we get Freelancer at the same time as Chemist, because doing Geochemist and White Mage would be a little rough. Also, I probably should pull up a mixed chart. Is there like a good, easily accessible one online? Okay, good. Because most of the good stuff comes out of turtle shells, I believe. I still love all the weird stuff, like, you can get resist poison as a mix, and like, when are you ever going to need to resist poison? Sorry, I'm just moving some windows around here. The big thing is going to be Dragon Fangs, because those let you mix the level up drinks. I gotta press button. I gotta press button to eject nerds. Oh. I'm wondering how the Meteor bosses are going to be, because I think most of them shouldn't be too bad. I don't know what spell set I'm going to get for Probolos. If it's like the Forest tile set, I think it might be the Forest one. Because that might be a little stinky. The AoE spell sucks on that, and the single targets are not great for that fight. We could probably just damage tank it, honestly. I might actually have to go mostly Geomancers, because I don't really have any good White Mage weapons. Geomancers at least get to use Mage Masher. I don't think White Mages can. Yeah, no, they can't use Mage Masher. I'm pretty sure at like 1000 HP we can survive Titan's Earthshaker. I think that should be enough. I think we can also get... That's a like inside cave boss, so I think we can get Stalactite, which should be like 4 digits of damage. Which is a lot for this point in the game still. Cheese biscuits. We only get air slash here. Let's see what we get. Oh, I can get big wave. Oh right, this is a ship tile set. Big wave and slightly smaller wave. Not quite as simple as a single Thunder Rod snap, but we got our cheese biscuits and mashed potatoes regardless. Any class that can snap rods can just snap a single Thunder Rod and you win that fight. The skies are yours, asterisk. When do air knives start showing up? I think we gotta fly close to here, and then, yeah, the cutscene starts. I was thinking before, like, maybe I could get away with not getting angel rings for everybody, but then I thought about it, and I decided, you know what? I really don't want to start the stream and then turn out like, oh, it turns out you do actually need a full set of angel rings, because old is just going to bring you down to nothing eventually. I don't remember if they're here at the library. I think they're here. Speak with nerds. Like how he has a bonus book set up. Still haven't actually stopped by Licks. I might grab a couple of tents, now that we've got some cash reserves to play around with. I don't think there's anything tremendously great there for, like, gear, though. The big thing you want to come here for is... I think it has ninja scrolls and stuff for cheap, and also you can buy, like, ethers. Buy, like, a couple of those, maybe. Because tents here are 125 instead of 250, which is pretty nice early game. Let's grab a handful of stuff. I know we have white mages, but... A, it's good to have the stuff for mixing, and also it's just good to have them in general. Did I sell Phoenix Downs here? Can I buy cheap feathers? Oops. Oh my god. There's like a tiny delay on when you can actually press down, so I keep doing it by accident. I don't remember if Ninja Suit is gonna be great for Freelancer by the time we get it. We can always buy it then. We'll have access to World 1 before we leave. You can also skip all the story stuff in here, thankfully, if you've seen it already. It's only if you go to Bartz's house that it starts a little cutscene and you talk to the one guy who has the flashback about why he hates heights. Yeah, you can also buy Asuna here in case you missed it in the castle. For an extra 3k. But it's good to have Isuna as soon as you can get it. Alright. Let's go to Meteor. I don't remember if I grabbed the hidden treat here. I did. There's hidden chest. I don't remember what's in it, but it's not, like, super great. Good to know if you're playing Rando, though, if you're playing Big Bridge, or Career Day. BigBridge.studio. Is it a Phoenix down? But first... the turtle that we sent over in the Meteor for some reason. Okay, Wind Slash is probably going to be okay. Yeah, Stalactite can show up. Not a ton of damage. Adamantoise just has a lot of defense in general. If you have ice, it's really good. Doesn't have a ton of HP because, you know, they want to make sure you're not spending 2 years in that fight. I think I have to bring this back to the nerds and like, actually we need 3 more. I don't remember if Rod Snap is... I think it might depend on the job you're snapping it with. I think freelancers might not be able to. Actually, yeah, we'll just go here. There's no boss fight. But yeah, any Rod snapping option will do a lot of damage. If you use Ice Rod, or Frost Rod, I guess. In the cutscene where they're fixing the ship, why are there so many Sids and Mids? This is never explained at all. And then they're never mentioned again for the rest of the game. What the heck? Did you know? I don't remember if Wind Slash is also going to work on the launchers. What's a couple of overblown pop guns against the likes of us? Galoof, you're already old, they can make you older. That's the worry. they can cast Oldaga. Old 3. Alright. Let's go... That cutscene does give us a full heal. So I think we want to roll full Geomancers with the one White Mage. I think that'll be the play. Actually, I'm gonna make Lena the White Mage because she has the lowest base strength stat, and we're unfortunately gonna have to punch the cannon to death. There's no way around it, unfortunately. We also want to get our Angel Ring set up. I guess we don't need to worry too much about it for the flamethrower fights and all that stuff, but we definitely need to do it for Soul Cannon. I'll just set them up now, whatever. Also get everybody frontlined. White. We got Mage Mashers and a Dream. The nice thing is we'll be able to heal up all the residual damage from sap and stuff. Most jobs will have issues with also staying alive against the sap status, but thankfully we're in a weird position where we can survive a lot of the hits. It's just actually fighting back is the rough part. I don't know why I keep going to specific spots. I don't have to do that. I guess I could just land at the library afterwards and heal up between fights. For free. Let's see, can we actually deal damage to these? Because Wind Slash would be nice against this part. I think that Sonic Boom's here too. Yeah, Wind Slash is actually really solid. Rocket Launcher. Oh, right, they confuse you. Wonder if I can just rush them down before Golf punches everybody. Yeah, the Angel Rings do give you a good chunk of magic defense, which is very nice. I think we should be able to take out the bonus bits in the fight. I think it's just going to be Soul Cannon itself. That'll be the big issue. God, it's weird seeing 4 digits coming up to fight Soul Cannon. I wonder if Sonic Boom would even work on it. I think Sonic Boom is percentage-based. Alright, come on. Use different moves, please. There you go. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't work. Had a very brief hope in my heart. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think this is the ideal setup, is getting Sonic Booms off early and then getting a Wind Slash, but we'll see how it shakes out here. Alright. That's the easy part. Unfortunately, we don't really have any options to mitigate old. Like, even with Asuna, again, it just, you're constantly fighting a losing battle, and it wouldn't be a huge deal if I had some damage output, if I had, like, you know, Ninja, or if I had, like, even Freelancer, I could be using the Coral Sword. But unfortunately, we don't really have damage. Our options are Geomancers with Mage Mashers. That's it, that's our damage output. I might test the Diamond Bell to see if that's any good. Oh yeah, we have the Mangoche as well. Not that it is a ton more damage, but it's something. I might keep the Healing Staff for in case I gotta bonk someone. I'll probably have Lena just on standby for helping out with stuff. Yeah, I might have to test and see if the Diamond Bell or the Mage Masher does more damage. The dream here is going to be getting Wind Slashes, because I think they will work on the launchers. Once we get those, it should be a little easier. At that point, it's just a matter of making sure we are good to go against, you know, old... Let me just reconfirm we do in fact have the Angel Rings. Okay. Let's see if 30 is enough. Well, 31-ish. So if I can at least take out the launchers with Wind Slashes, that'll be good. No, it does not work at all. Damn. Alright, Gaia is useless. Let's restart the fight then. We're just gonna have to swing in, unfortunately. Then I think hitting the cannons is non-optional because there are gonna be problems. Because the beam itself is, you know, we got White Mage, we got Cura, we can heal that. Actually, do the launchers confuse you? Right, you have the Healing Rod. Chat, did you know Lena has the Healing Rod? Okay, launcher went down pretty quick. Protecting all that will not help us either. The problem is the launchers are going to do percentage damage, so losing, you know, 700 HP from a single missile is going to be bad before Soul Cannon. Before the cannon itself fires. Okay, cool. Gonna chunk it away 300 damage at a time. It's not optimal, but it's the best option we got. Yeah, you know what, I'll just preemptively pop Cura because I know how much damage we're going to take from it. Shouldn't be too bad, it's just going to be time-consuming. Yeah, 500 damage, and it does sap as well, so... definitely survivable, it's just going to be a little slow. The good thing is the hardest part of the fight is now done. Now that the launchers are gone, we don't have to worry about somebody getting chunked down right before the cannon fires. We can just swing in. Because it's very obvious about when the cannon is going to fire, so thankfully it's not like a random chance of just firing early or whatever. You can have Lena take a defense turn. Just to get everybody else acting a little faster, because we don't have to cure every piece of damage here. Since everybody can also full cure if need be, it's not really necessarily like Lena has to be ready to go, you know? I think we should be good on MP cost too. Yeah, she's at under 99 MP. We'll be fine. Like, legitimately, if I had Freelancer, I could... The single Coral Sword would massively speed up how quickly this goes. Hitting weaknesses, especially in this fight, is very good. I don't think defending... I don't know if it affects the soul damage, like the wave cannon shot. Yeah, no. Defending does nothing. Let's just preemptively pop Cura. And just we don't have to worry about being in an awkward spot when the next wave hits. Oh, I didn't mean to cast Gaia. Why was Gaia selected? I think we're good, though. I'm not going to bother with, which I'm kind of low on HP. We should be able to get a full charge before it fires, but we're currently at the... Like, we could probably survive the cannon shot itself, but then residual sap afterwards would probably kill most of us before another act happens. Soul Cannon technically has, like, over 10,000 HP or something, but it only uses... It explodes, like, it's scripted to explode once it hits 9999 to prevent you from, like, one-shotting it and skipping the explode sequence. It's also probably why they're very careful to make sure, like, you can't get any kind of gravity damage against this guy. I'm just glad I have a way to full heal, God. Parties without AoE heals in this fight, if you can't DPS race, it's painful. Because not only are you having to heal 500 damage to everybody, which at this point in the game is a lot for most parties, you also get the sap afterwards. Well, they were struggling to get like 900 damage around from everybody in the party. Trying to pick everybody up with a healing staff, not fun. Funny how specifically Geomancers get kind of screwed in this fight. I think the Ronka Ruins themselves shouldn't be too bad. So I want to say Arcuevis, the Clapper Claw. I think it's weak to wind for its first phase, and then we can just pop it with daggers for the rest, because its physical defense goes down with each individual form. Technically, I think it has 5 forms, but there's no visual change until the very last one. Although there are the enchanted fans, I think they either absorb or just immune to wind. Alright. That's probably going to be the biggest individual roadblock of the run, because everything else past this point, Titan shouldn't be too bad, Pueblos shouldn't be too bad, Archie should be fine. And then once we get the 4th crystal, we get both Chemist and Freelancer, so we can kind of solve any other issue that pops up. Get some of those Elven Mantles back on, though. I guess Angel Ring also does give you a little bit of physical defense. Want to get some speed, though. Actually, let's get Ferris with White Mage here. Because she still needs to max that out. We can swap over Lena to Geomancer. Effectively, everybody in this party is going to be a White Mage. Because outside of Mix, which will be... It's good for boss fights, but mixing for, like, random battles, I don't like doing it. Mostly just going to be everybody rolling with Gaia and Mix and whatever the Freelancer is going to be using at the time. We can also start passing our mastered abilities down to Freelancer now. Give them a little bit more utility than just Swing Sword. Although, honestly, that's probably what they're going to be doing most of the time. Alright, let's see what Gaia gets us here. Wind Slash. Oh yeah, Wind Slash. That'll do it. I mean, Freelancer, it's not the closest you get to a physical fighter. It is a physical fighter, because remember, they can use any gear in the game. So, like, they could use Excalibur, they could use literally whatever they want. They can use the axes, they can use, again, anything. The Sonic Boom is... I think they do absorb, yeah, they absorb wind. Alright, we're just not going to bother with the fans. I'm not a fan. Granted, fans show up in the encounter, we leave. Yeah, true, they're not going to get, like, the massive strength bonuses, but the flexibility is good enough, I think. Plus, we can also, you know, buff the shit out of their levels with dragon powers. Because Knights and Mystic Knights and all that stuff, they have to stop at level 99, and you're probably not going to get anywhere near that in a regular Fiesta run. Whereas I'm pretty sure with the Chemist buffs, I'm pretty sure you can go up to 255. Honestly, that might be the strat for the final fight, is just buffing the shit out of my Geomancers, because I think you only ever get Air Slash, so slap on an Air Knife, buff the shit out of my Geomancers, and everybody just spams Air Slash. After doing, you know, the requisite instant kill with Odin and all that stuff. I should probably slap them back in the back row now. Because we are actually fighting physical enemies again. I think I always do this back. Yeah, I think I... No, is this correct? No, this is where I want to go, because I think I can get the gold helmet here. Or the shield, sorry. Oops. I wonder if I could even just slap it. Nah, Wind Slash. Heal back up. Yeah, we're not doing damage. Not in the back row. Oh, also, Freelancer gives me a Aegis Shield user, which will be nice. Aegis Shield is 33% chance to block any physical or magic attack, which is incredible. Easily the best shield in the game outside of, like, specific Genji Shield mini shenanigans. Or if you're doing like Flame Shield, if you want to absorb fire for a Bone Mail user or something. I don't know if I want to go here first or down the door there. Because I want to get that treasure room. Pretty sure Lamias will not resist wind. Oh yeah. So I'm thinking Air Knife boosted Wind Slash plus level bonuses will be a pretty significant chunk of damage. I think that'll probably be the best strategy, honestly. Because then we're also splitting up the damage relatively equally, so we're not going to accidentally trigger Berserk mode before we're ready. Moonring Blade, Power Armlet. And with White Mages we can cast Shell, so we're not going to have to worry about... Well, we still have to worry about Almaguest and all that stuff and Grand Cross, but we will generally be taking less damage, because Shell's a really nice ability. Watch out for the Speed Trap. Archie's Deadly Speed Trap. I fucking love when games do that, like there's accidentally like a soft lock that they couldn't patch out in time for the game, so they try to justify it. Oh no, you're not clipping through the level, it's a deadly speed trap. Robotnik set a trap for Sonic for going too fast, and if that happens, you have to reset the game. Is this one that leads to the... Yeah, here we go. Alright, I forgot Ghidra's here. Can I run? Oh, of course you absorb wind. I would like to run. It's not like showing can't run, it's just probably one of those encounters where the run, like the act of running is incredibly slow. Stuff like this is also kind of why I value Thieves a lot in a regular Fiesta playthrough, because like they might not be incredible in terms of damage, but you have a guaranteed chicken knife user, and you will never get preempted. You know what, let me use one of my 99 antidotes that I got from killing desert guys. I want to go back to the save point though. Hydra. Do you absorb wind too? Surely you wouldn't. Surely it's just Ghidra that would do this. Okay. Hydras are free, Ghidras are the problem. Shit, which one was the save point? I think it's this one. We'll gladly take a Lamia Stone Mask combo though, because that is a free Wind Slash into victory if you roll Wind Slash. Enjoy it while it lasts, gamers, because you're not going to be seeing these numbers go too much higher unless I juice him with Chemist. Alright, Clapper Claw time. My dad is always yelling silence and calling things be damned to Clapper Claws. Oh yeah, okay, I was extremely weak to wind. Okay, I need something that is not Sonic Boom, please. There you go. Next phase. Nope, I don't think Sonic Boom works on this phase. Probably immune to wind. Nice glasses. Actually, I need to remove those glasses. How much damage should we do from back row with a stab? Very little. You know, I might have to go front row. No, let's do a full party Kira. Top everybody off. Yeah! Thankfully, the stabbing strategy will get easier once we get to the next phase, because the physical defense goes down more and more. Poison I don't think is really worth curing. I was gonna say, I'm honestly kind of surprised that our party was doing so much damage against Soul Cannon, but I forgot Archie still has higher defense in this phase. Okay, that should be the phase change, because the gauges stopped for a while. Can I pop another Twin Slash work here? Oh yeah, it does work. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, such vitality! Such devastation! Got King Tycoon in the back being Archie's hype man. Let's fucking go! That's right, you can confuse. I probably should have Ferris do some bonk in here to do this, although... Let's see, Twin Slash? No, Twin Slash is no bueno. I don't remember if confused targets can use Gaia on your own party. I don't think they can. I might be mistaken. That's bad. Ugh, 250 damage. Normally losing the white mage would be a problem, but functionally everybody is also a white mage. Because we have level 7 white, so we're getting the full benefit. Not that it matters, because Geomancers have 1 point higher magic stat than white mages do. I guess I could also Asuna. I think that works on paralysis. Yeah, get poison in that out of the way. One shot. Frost flashes red for some reason. Probably should have actually gone for a heal. That might have been a mistake. No, we're good. I'm gonna double heal actually. We're kind of low. After this fight, we'll have a lot more options for taking on bosses. This is where you get the Earth Crystal, and more importantly, we get our final 2 jobs. Mwahaha. Bart's just brimming at the thought of killing one of the Dawn Warriors. You gotta wait till World 2 for that, buddy. I know he doesn't directly kill Kelger, but it certainly did not help. Oh yeah, that's right, I also forget we run with a party of 3 for a little bit. Golf just trying to remember, aren't you the child who beat me up? I love that effect. If they ever make a remake of this game, they cannot change that. Of Golf losing his amnesia by the question mark just popping off of his head and floating off screen. How do you know Thunder? We don't get black mages this run. Yeah, FF5 is pretty much firmly in the gacha-only mines for now. Re-releases, sure, but it didn't, like, significantly change too much. Like, the only thing the GBA release of 5 did was the little bit of extra dungeons at the end of the game. But nothing that, like, significantly changes. It's still kind of the same sprites. This is only partially related, but I gotta look at my Warframe, like my cosmetics now, because I made a setup for my Frost years and years ago when I think they were giving away a free cosmetic for him that kind of looks like the X-Death armor. So I kind of gave him the same blue and yellow color scheme, but I wonder if I have any better capes at this point. This is just me, you know, coping hard about how there's probably never going to be another run at this game outside of remasters and re-releases. Not while FF7 exists. I do wonder what the popularity would be like, because obviously, you know, 7 will probably be top dog. After that, it would be like maybe FF14. Then probably 4 or 6, I think, after that. Interchangeable would be like in terms of popularity. Then 8 and 9 were a little more divisive, I think. Oh yeah, 10. Duh, 10. Of course. How could I forget? 10, a game that has aged very well. I had forgotten about Final Fantasy X. I had forgotten about bisexuality. Yeah, chemist. I'm trying to think, literally, like, the only abilities I would be passing around to the freelancer are Mix, White Mage, and maybe Gaia. Everything else is like, you know, spotting floors, spotting damage floors, all that stuff, that's useless because Geomancer just has that innately. White Magic, it's like MP plus 10%. I think you can get Prey as a passover, but why would you ever use Prey? And then Chemist is literally, it's just Mix. It's just Mix. We have White Magic, we have no need for pharmacology. Oh, you could make a potion heal 1,000 instead of 500, or I could just cast the full party heal for like 2,000. I still want to play 13 and 15, maybe 16 eventually. I probably should also, like, just play through 2 at some point to say I've done it. Final Fantasy 2, aka Proto Saga. There's another game I've got to finish. Still gotta do Saga Frontier, still gotta finish Minstrel Song. I just realized there's a couple of brown pixels on the outside of the airship because I think the floor tile is a little too big. Boy, I hope someone got fired for that blunder. Probably should get some job points on Chemist just to be able to pass Mix around. I think for the most part, Mix probably won't be too necessary. It'll probably be like splash it around as I need it for specific boss fights, but I think most fights, we got White Mage, we got Freelancer. We should be able to handle most stuff. Why is the screen flickering like that? A lot of people agonize about playing like FF2, where it's like, oh, apparently you have to dual-wield shields to optimize your stat gains, and apparently a lot of people are just like, nah, I just played it through normal style the first time and I was fine. If you want a power game, sure, you have to do that, but like, apparently you're fine for the most part. Alright, we gotta tweak our jobs a little bit. We're gonna get Freelancer back, for sure. Yeah, we can just slap on White, Gaia, and Mix. Oh no, that's right, Mimic is the one that gets 3 slots, not Freelancer. Now the question is, do I keep rocking the Death Sickle, or do I do Ancient Sword, or maybe Ashura, or Whip? We get options. Most important thing is we have somebody who gets to use the ribbon again, which is great. Yeah, I'll give the Ellen Mantle, you can be frontliner tank. Might make Ferris a chemist. Get Gaia there for a little bit of extra supplemental damage. Yeah, because I think FF2, it's like kind of infamous for you can go the wrong way at the start and run to enemies that'll just straight up wipe your party. Oh, did I miss Crescent Island? I sure did. I don't remember if the nerds are parked here at the library again. I want to say they're at the library, but let's just confirm. I don't remember if they're here in the study, or if you have to... No, I'm pretty sure there's a library. Oh, no, you go to where the... Right. Right. You gotta go to the meteors, and then they get beset upon by monsters. And you gotta bail them out. God, it's so nice to be able to use the ribbon. So the ribbon, not only is it, you know, the usual status immunity stuff, it's not immunity to everything, but it is immunity to most things. But even nicer is that it gives you +5 in, like, almost every stat. And, like, +5 agility is a pretty big deal. But the thing is, since it is such a powerful accessory, or powerful equipment, I guess, in this game it's a helmet, it can only be used by dancers and by freelancers, or any other job that you give equip ribbons to. I think that's the dancer capstone ability. Like, you have to dedicate a single ability slot to being able to equip ribbons. That's how good it is. Usually you can get by without it, though. Do I have to go to this one? I don't remember if it was this one or the water crystal or the water meteor. Yeah, they are here. Jumping Christmas implies the existence of Christ in Final Fantasy V world. Yeah, the GBA translation is very good. I do appreciate the original, like, Super Nintendo fan translation, but you can tell it's a lot more stilted and a little more amateur because they had to work with limitations. Like, I don't think they had any fancy text replacement stuff. Where are we right now? Pueblos. It's gonna. A lot of this is gonna depend on whether or not we get air slash as an option. Because if we can do that, that's great. We don't have to worry too much. We'll just fish for air slashes until they all die. But if it's a forest tile set, that might be trickier because then we get windstorm. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be windstorm. Yeah, branch spear and all that stuff. Not great. I could also just partially damage them and let them all blow up. All the processing going on behind the hood. Whenever you see the ATB bars pause like that, it's trying to do something. Yeah, Leaf Swirl is such an awkward spell. There we go. Because, like, they're gonna arise each other, but you can eventually just run them out of MP. Really, I'm just kind of fishing for leaf storms, but I don't think we're going to get them. It's not even the highest level spell, I'm pretty sure. It's just we getting unlucky. I think we might just pump the brakes here and wait. See how much damage self-destruct does. Okay, maybe that's a little much. Because self-destruct is based on your current HP, or their current HP, I guess, so... Let's see if we can get some cures going on here. Ooh, that's a lot. I don't know if we survived this. Should probably buy a few more Phoenix Downs, too. I don't like this fight with most parties because you have to be very careful about, like, how you set your stuff up. I think we should be good here, though, because even if they both explode, like, we got 3 party members up, we'll be fine. I'm just not going to pop any more spells. I'm going to wait for them to blow. I know for sure the bottom right one has absolutely enough MP to cast a Rise, and the top left one has cast it a couple times, but I don't know if they're out yet. So I think the strat is we just wait it out, wait for them to blow. Do not miss your chance to blow. Oh, you can't even explode. That's sad. I don't know if they have enough MP for a Rise, though. Come on, you blow up. I'm waiting on you. Faster. You gonna self-destruct? There you go. So, this guy cannot self-destruct. I think we just have to swing in and hope. Yes. Alright, cool. They will arise after they're dead, by the way. So you really don't want to have that situation where the final one picks everybody else up and you start the fight over, basically. I want to actually, I'm going to stop by a store real quick. Because I would like to buy some Phoenix Downs. I don't know if they sell them here, actually. Can I buy Phoenix Downs and Tool? I cannot. Too basic. We got potions and we got tents. You're dying of poison? That's unfortunate. I guess you're going to perish. Gotta remember which of the towns have bespoke item shops and which ones are attached to the inn. There we go. 10 of those. They didn't sell mallets and licks, but I'll buy a few of those too. Hey, these kits are cheap enough that I'm not too worried about spending those. Same with these. I'll also buy a couple stocks of potions just for mixing, potentially. Stop by the inn. For this segment of the game where you have 3 party members, you can do any combination of the 3. You can just, you're not allowed to duplicate any jobs. So if you don't want White Mage, if you don't want GEO, if you don't want Chemist, if you don't want Freelancer for some reason. Run is Cannon. Cannon wasn't too bad, just long and kind of boring. Cannon was grind out money for angel rings so old doesn't make us completely useless. And then just stab the launchers a bunch and heal up. That's kind of it. Because Gaia does absolutely nothing against Soul Cannon. There's absolutely not a single thing that Gaia can do. Alright, let's try some Gaia here. Slash is nice. Drop a stalactite on him. Absolutely surviving this. Since we grinded so much, Earthshaker was nothing. If you're actually fighting this closer to the intended level, then yes, you may need to come up with a solution. You can get float in some way if you got a time mage, or you can infuse Galacats to survive it, or just get a bunch of HP. The really nice thing is all of our MPs, especially, like, effectively it is reserved for white magic and only white magic. Because Gaia costs nothing and Mix does not cost magic. I don't remember if Manticore can be instant killed. I feel like it probably can be. I feel like it's one of those weird bosses that doesn't have the heavy flag that stops it from dying instantly, but I could be wrong. Come on, give us a stalactite, and there you go. Ignis Fatuus is really lousy. The only thing it really has going for it is the damage, or the confusion I should say, not the damage. Stalactite's pretty good too. pharmacology, but we want more levels because we're going to get mix. Yeah, the other cool thing is that my freelancer, between all the shielding and stuff, effectively, they should be able to survive almost any status effect in the game. So even if there's a weird situation where like they would hit our healer normally, I can just Isuna, because we can slap on the ribbon. That ribbon is not coming off. Like, spoiler alert, that ribbon lives there now. Whoever the freelancer is, they get the ribbon because nobody else can even use it. I'm going to stop by Licks and pick up a few more tents before we go to World 2. Licks. No point in getting the song, because we're not going to get barred this run. Probably a few more ethers, too. I feel like I rarely need ethers, but it's nice to have them. Stock up on tents, because that's also extra MP. Alright, I think we're good for World 2. I don't think there's anything else that I really need. Gear-wise, we're basically set. We got our Death Sickles. There's no point in grabbing Ramu because we don't have Summoner. We're gonna get much better stuff anyways. Probably make Golif a freelancer for the basement sequence. Or do I want to make it? No, I'll probably just make him freelancer and slap Gaia, see what happens. I don't know what the castle spells are. Bye. You could also farm tents here if you really wanted to. Because the story here requires you to use a tent. The game will not progress until you tent up, so there is only one encounter here. It is very easy, and it always drops a tent. But I don't want to sit here for 40 minutes and grind tents. Kind of a bummer that I'm not going to have a good chicken knife user, though. Yeah, free encounter. You don't get any experience, but you always get your tent. Eventually, they just straight up tell you, like, maybe we should use a tent. And if you keep getting into battles, it'll keep doing it until you get the message. I fucking love this sequence. Oh, guys, any good here? I'm gonna branch spear. He leaves a treasure box behind. But if you open it, because they needed some way for you to progress the story in case you did beat him. So he just drops a treasure chest full of gas. The gas that sends you directly to X-Death's castle. Game's so smart. Hold on, very important line coming up here. Prepare the giant's mirror. That is the giant mirror. Can't be that big. Yeah, Siren was a 3-tile, so it's definitely not that big of a mirror. Bigger than a normal mirror for sure, but... Greg. Bin! I also want to see X-Death do that in 3D. Do his 1080 no-scope. Thankfully, XF Castle does have a helipad. So you have a very brief period where you have exclusively Golf. Unfortunately, Bartz is holding the Death Sickle, although we should be fine. We should be totally fine with this. Unfortunately, he does also have the ribbon, which kind of stinks a little bit. He's got all the good gear. But they kind of expected to be fighting Greg with a single party member, so he's not particularly difficult. Is there a save back here? Yeah, here we go. There's also a healing fountain because X-Death, you know, he's not a monster. He's just a very angry tree. He'll offer you healing if you need it. There's also a handful of encounters, but pretty much anything can deal with them. Shell Bear. I think the Ancient Sword does work on this Greg. I know it works on one of the Gregs. I don't know if it works on this one. Probably does. I know this isn't going to do a lot of damage. I just want to see if I can ult him. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna have a very funny experience of just watching Greg deal less and less damage. I'm not known, he screams and shouts until he shrinks into a corn cob. Yeah, we're just taking 0 now. Oh, the mighty have fallen. Oh, I guess he's also one of the scripted bosses that has more HP, so an actual cutscene can happen. Because normally you're not supposed to be doing 8,000 damage. Sonic Boom is percentage based, so they gave him that much so you can successfully have the cutscene. In. Alright. We gotta tweak the party again. Finally, we have the full squad. Yeah, a little Baraga. It's always good. Ugh. It's funny how Gust is actually better than just even Sonic Boom with full HP. Because Tarantulas don't have very much HP. Wind Slash remains the dream. I think we also get our first... I think we can start encountering swamps outside here in World 2, so I want to say that has a multi-target instant kill or something like that. I might be mistaken. Stealth sequence. Yeah, sure, we'll save. We got the big bridge coming up. I'm not sure if this Greg can also be olded. Yeah, Bottomless Bog is the all-target instant kill. It's nice. Big bridge. Let's see, Twisters, Wind Slash. Yeah, All Rise for the official Fiesta anthem. Twister, I believe, is the same as like Maelstrom, where it just drops you to like under 10 HP. It's great until it casts it a second time on the same enemy randomly. Then it's stinky. Death! Nice thing is with the White Mage now I don't have to worry about guessing who has the healing staff. Should have healed. Oh well. I don't remember if Protect... well, protects against the jump attacks later. Might get some Protect going just in case. Get my mages protected up. Bart should be okay because he's got the ribbon and the shields and like all the heavy armor. Ah, you know what? Fuck it, we'll pop him up there too. Gust. Ew. Sonic Boom does not work. What about just swinging in? How much damage does that do? You can do Wind Slash. That's my move. Yeah, I don't think Gaia is really worth using here. Can I mini this one? I want to say one of the Gregs can be minied, and I think it might be this one. Okay, I'm going to have Bart's attack because he can actually do some damage. Yeah, Gust is sadly one of my best options to come out of the roulette here. I swear you can mini this Greg. Old might also work. I might try Old. Quick swap to the Ancient Saber. If I can find it. There you are. My pathetic little dinky stabs. Did I really not mini this? I swear you could mini this Greg. I know I'm casting it like it might be a level different. No, we're pretty close. We're pretty over leveled. It might just not be possible in this one. I always forget which Greg is weak to what, so. Get a Kira going here. All 176 damage worth of flail. Okay, you gotta hit though. You gotta land these hits, please. Can I confuse him? Oh, it's Castle Greg. Confuse is going to work super well here. Okay, I can ult him though. We're actually going to pump the brakes here for a moment. We just kind of wait because we don't want him to go to phase 2, otherwise he starts dealing more damage. And we just wait. And he does less and less damage. Actually, we could probably stab with our Geomancers. We're probably not going to push to phase 2. Hell, I'm going to pull the Geomancers in the front row. Yeah, X-Death is just like, why did I hire him? We don't get Dispel until later, unfortunately, so he is going to block a lot of hits. Not! Let's see how bad jump is. 204. Not great, but... definitely not as scary as some of the other times you fight him. Oh yeah, I wanted to frontline everybody, because he's got Protect now, which means our Geomancers are doing effectively nothing. Also switch to Death Sickle. I don't know if that goes through Protect defense, because axes have a mechanic where they ignore partial defense, I want to say. So that goes through Protect, that could be quite nice. Ow. Odd 120. I'll keep Golf in the back row because the flail still does full damage. I'm sure there's a mix I could do right now. The problem is I don't have Dragon Power yet, because you don't get those until Dragon Fangs. I don't remember if Old also persists between forms. I think he is doing less and less damage with the jump, so I think we might still have Old on him. Okay, still hits Golf for a lot, though. He'll be slow. Okay, I might just switch to the Ancient Sword, because axes are not as accurate as swords are. Hehe. Oh my god, we're all so pathetic. Maybe Old did wear off. No, this is the coughing baby mirror. I think it might have actually worn off between forms. I think he might have stopped being old. I'm gonna have to re-old him. Because Bartz is not going to take a lot of damage. He's the tank right now. The bridge that makes you old. $27. I wonder if Gus would do more damage now that his level's dropping a bit. You know, if we hit with Gus as opposed to trying to Sonic Boom. He might also just be level 1 at this point. I don't think it can go down anymore. I guess I could check with Libra. I don't know if it shows the correct level. But I think he might just be at 1, and Jump just has a high damage multiplier. Kind of curious, let's see. Yeah, he's level 1. he is aging! I thought it had worn off. Nope, he's just that weak. At this point, we just hold down A and hopefully win. Just constantly yelling factoids at him. Did you know Super Mario 64 is 30 years old now? Did you know the 90s were equivalent to the 60s when you were a child in the 90s? Did you know? That's right, did you know Undertale came out 40 years ago today? Did you know that the Nazca lines contain a copy of Undertale? Automod was fine with the moon landings. It's that you said the plumber. The plumber is currently not allowed. I think it should be not allowed, right? Yeah, plumber is denied. You cannot say "Mwah." Yeah, you of all people, you got Belialed. Look, I can't talk. I spent 20 minutes yelling factoids at Greg. I had to deal with the gun that makes you old, now he has to deal with the sword that makes you old. Good news is lots of swamp here. Bad news is Ignis Fatuus. That's what we're hoping for. The button that immediately ends the fight and gives you full rewards. Yeah, sure, everybody go after the same guy. There you go, there's at least a different target. This is the downside of Gaia. For every bottomless bog, there are 3 Ignis Fatuus. Do I go up or down from here? I think I go up and around. The Tunneler. Earthquake can show up here too. Earthquake is pretty alright. We are currently level 31, and most of that was gotten prior to the Soul Cannon fight. I found a nice little spot in the desert where I could just hold down right and turbo on A and speed up. And effectively just cast Gaia over and over again and level up really quickly. I think it took like half an hour to speed up. The Tunneler. Really, I don't have to do most of these fights. We're very over-leveled for where we are right now. A lot of parties will finish the game at level 30, so... I think we should be okay. I don't think we will really have to grind, because we're going to get to the point of the game now where we'll get Shell. And Shell helps immeasurably against the higher level stuff. Not only does it reduce damage, but it also reduces chances to hit for a lot of magic, so it's just very good. Alright. Let's see, we can get some wizard hats, it's some greatly appreciated magic damage. I didn't realize chemists could use the ninja suit. Gaia gear. Actually, that'll be good too, because that can boost Earthquake. We do miss the silence immunity. Actually, you know what? Let's just get Gaia gear. We do better than Mage Mashers. We can do Orichalcum Dirks. Chain Whip could also be nice. I'm gonna buy a Sleep Blade, because we can use that against Atomos. Ashura, we have one already, yeah. Warhammer is okay, but we can get some Orichalcum Dirks. Probably a Chain Whip, too. I don't know if the Dark Bow... Wind Spear is also kind of whatever. Doubles the power of jump attacks, but we can't jump, so as we all know, white man can't jump. Is there anything else important here? I think there's an optional story beat here if you sleep at the inn, but... Oh, come on, dude. I swear, the NPCs. You can also start buying high potions. I don't think we're really gonna need them too much. Buy a few just in case. I don't think we're gonna need them, but... Holy waters would be nice. Actually, I think there's mixes with holy waters, aren't there? Yeah, there's a couple of holy water mixes we can do. There's the Super Nintendo version, we could do Kiss of Blessing to skip Xeth Phase 2. Well, Ned, I guess. You can also get the straight-up drinks now. A couple of them are nice to have. Your chemist is always going to have drink anyways, so... We don't have any other way of really getting haste outside of mixes right now. Hero cocktails are also nice for conserving dragon fangs. Just chug those down. Let me see how much damage we're going to get out of these. Actually, Chain Whip is the strongest. Oh yeah, High Potion can also be mixed with stuff. What does that give me? Yeah, I might just grab a couple of those. I mean, my tank in the back row means they're taking even less damage from physicals, which is great. If they even get through the multiple layers of straight mitigation that just say you didn't actually hit, sorry. Alright. I don't want to spend all my money because I want to save for when we want to buy some Hermes sandals, but these are some nice upgrades. It's so nice just to be able to pop Cura. And not have to worry about using a tent or an inn every single time like, everybody in the party takes damage. I hate having to pop individual potions to heal the party. I don't like it. Slimer! Field Castle is also here, although there's no point in going there right now because... We're gonna fight the shield dragons, which will fucking murder us, probably. We can't get the sealed weapons yet, so... I thought we went to... Oh no, don't we have to do the thing with the Moogle village first, then we go back to Castle Bell? That's what it was. The Dancing Dagger is also coming up, which can be funny, but... With a freelancer, I think it's just better to have consistent stuff rather than sometimes you get a sword dance. Stinky. Poison Mist is so mediocre. You might have saw those 50s and think, oh yeah, it's percentage damage. Nope, it's just bad. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to the right. I'm gonna start escaping more. Power up my stuff. Truth be told, what's most likely going to happen is I'm probably just going to give everybody an air knife. Or at least everybody that can an air knife, and then just spam Gaia, boost our levels with mixes, and then go to town. Could also cast Holy, I suppose, but that's a little more MP intensive. love Bart's little action pose. Oh god dang, this for 2 shows up here too. Is that like a... is that a percentage damage deal? Or are they just immune to Whirlpool? I can't tell. That might be like HP critical. It's certainly not dealing damage directly. I think it might just be that they're bringing down to crit HP or whatever. No, they're not at critical HP. I don't know what that is then. Maybe they're just immune. Oh god, our attacks are painful. Here's where the downsides of Gaia really start popping up if this is your main source of damage. It's just single target? That's a single target attack? What the fuck? You know what, I'm just running. I don't like the spells available here, they're stinky. It's great because you can't tell who's at critical HP after casting it. The best kind of magic. I love not getting back attacked and being able to run away within a second of the battle starting. It's pretty great. Bonk. What was this again? Also, playing through Career Day makes you really appreciate how much faster these dungeons are when the encounters are turned off. Wrong way. Oh, I have to move up again. Everybody's favorite boss fight, as long as you're not playing Berserker. Like for Quad Zerka Party, because you can just do this. Almost everybody gets the one freebie. No, Lena, the Moogle doesn't trust you enough. Go poison yourself. And then it'll trust you. Do not touch the sand. From the perspective of being in the cave, we have no idea what it did after that. We just saw it leave. Good luck, dummies. No random encounters while you're doing this, though, which is nice. Runs into both bushes. I think we can also get another Elven Mantle here, too. Well, I know the desert, like, I'm pretty sure the desert tiles are scripted to do the encounter as soon as you touch one. Oh no, right, you gotta bring the Moogle suit over and that's how you get the other Elf Mantle. I'm pretty sure when you're doing the sequence there, as soon as you touch the desert tiles, you get an encounter. I love the idea of this Moogle just falling in love with someone in a deflated-ass, janky-looking Moogle costume. Do I want to trade out the Angel Rings now? Maybe? I probably should, because I feel like the little bit of extra defense is not quite as meaningful now as just getting a chance to not get hit, period. Which one of you is the... Or do I just try and leave and that's when the cutscene starts? I think I gotta talk to you again. Then after this, we gotta do Drakenvale. And I want to say after that is Forest of Moor. Because I don't think we get Curaga until a little bit. Yeah, I think we want to do Fork Tower, just to have a reliable source of damage from white magic if need be. Because as you can tell, Gaia, it's not reliable, it's hippie shit. I like the Moogle runway. They got their little glow sticks. I'm going to speed this up a little bit because we got a lot of cutscenes between this and the next chunk. Then we find out Golif is actually the king, and he's from this world, blah blah blah, you know. Again, I've done so many fiestas. It does not particularly enrich me to see the cutscene for the 20th time. It's one of the nice things. I think the PC version just has a straight-up cutscene skip mod. And then obviously, you know, the, what's it called? Career Day has all the cutscenes just removed entirely, but I think there is a mod. I think it might be a patch for those to also remove cutscenes from the base game. If you have Blue Mage, this is a great place to get some AP, because downstairs are the Harp Dar, and they are multiples of 5, which means you walk into the fight and you cast level 5 Death and they die. I don't really like doing the soft needle, it's very input intensive. These are the same. Oh boy, I could buy gauntlets. Great. Oh, I mean, no, I don't want to buy Drain, no. I have hardcore mode on the simulator, so I can't rewind. I mean to buy that. Yeah, these are all the same. Gaia, I don't recall it being particularly great. Angel Robe. Actually, I think that's for chemists, right? Weirdly good defensive stuff, but... Actually, I might just give that. I might use that for a little bit of extra defense. Angel Robe, and obviously, you know, Freelancer. I love how depressed he is after not being allowed to be a shopkeeper. Yeah, it's just Lami's heart, that's not great. Yeah, the problem is, like, Wind Slash is probably okay. I don't remember if they resist wind or not, but Sonic Boom and Gust is very slow. And at that point, you might as well just be throwing needles at them anyway, so I don't like doing it. We can also grab the Greatsword, I believe. Because, like, for me, if I'm going to be grinding, I like to do it in areas where I can easily speed up and just kind of hold down a button. So, like, on a micro level, yes, I could probably get faster AP by throwing individual needles at each one, but then having to stop and do that takes forever. How great is a Greatsword, actually? 5 more points in the Chain Whip. That's part of why I had a really easy time with grinding out the money for the Angel Rings, because, again, I found out the trick for using Gaia, where you just hold down right. Like, yeah, money dogs are more money per individual encounter, but the speed at which it comes in is a lot slower because you get mostly single target attacks. You get mostly single target attacks and very rarely a crappy AoE. I think I have to talk to Kryl first. Alright, because the dragon's dying, we gotta get the dragon grass, that's what it was. Ninjas also have something similar. They have the Blood Slime farm with fire scrolls. In the one cavern that has, I think it's just 2 or 5 spawns of Blood Slimes. Mrrr. Pretty consistent farm, though. Summoners can also take advantage with the AoE. Like, Ifrit, I think, would... I don't know if Ifrit would one-shot them, actually. Probably could. Summoners are plenty strong enough. God, Summoners are so good. They're kind of like Black Mages, but you have to do less inputs and they have more, like, support utility. Black Mages are still good for passing on their magic stat, but the Summoner magic stat is also pretty damn respectable. Anyways, it's this loser again. I'm gonna use your move. Is this worth going for some Gaia procs? Alright, this is a forest tile set. Like, Branch Spear, at the very least, is pretty good single target damage. But then, Branch Arrow is really mediocre, and Leaf Swirl kinda sucks. It really sucks as an AoE. The best thing I can say about it is that it sometimes does okay damage. Sometimes it is okay. But compared to something like, you know, Air Slash, which is just always good wind elemental damage. I'll take Wind Slash, please. There's Mix. Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of Mix users just set up. We'll swap out for Freelancer. I'll probably just put in Mix as I need it, though, for boss fights. Because I think generally having the option to do Gaia or White Magic is probably going to be stronger in most cases. I'm sure I want the Dancing... Actually, no, Dancing Dagger does give me a tiny bit of magic, so I might just keep using it. I definitely do want the Wizard's Hat, though. And you can use Angel Robe. Is this comp legal? Yeah. One guy. The problem is, our Freelancer is going to be a better Geomancer than the Geomancers are in terms of dealing damage. Because they have access to all the stat boosting stuff from the ribbon and everything else, but then they're also going to be the only real physical attacking option, so... I want to see what the cool wolf technique looks like in double speed. Franz Vexeth. Going so fast that it just refreshes into a triangle. I love when that happens. Ano eto bue. Actually, I guess I could skip the reflect rings. So I think white magic gets reflect. That's not like a time magic deal, right? The only downside is I believe reflect can be dispelled. Although with shell and everything else, we could probably just tank a lot of the magic hits. There's one shop here that has a different loadout. Yeah, there's like the twist headband. Power sash, power armlet. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off. Oh, I was gonna say, maybe I could do a quick league. No, that's right, we can't do quick. Quick is forbidden. Also didn't think I'm gonna fuck with a killer bow, because that's not great. I think we just keep rolling chain whip. Magic-wise, I think we're still at, like, magic level 4. Yeah. We'll be rolling with Kira for a little bit longer. Oops. It's also nice because with White Mage and Gaia being basically guaranteed includes, like, everybody's gonna have a pool of MP to heal with if need be, so... Groupie. There's an actual good spell. I'm not sure if it's worth going for Gaia in the caves here. Let's see what we get. Blacktites are good damage. Boom. Actually, Ignis Fatuus weirdly kind of good here because they're weak to fire. Wind Slash shows up. Yeah, cape spells are pretty alright. Definitely gonna be doing some grinding here off stream so I can get my Dragon Fang set up. I also grab the Bone Mail. I'm not fighting a cat. Looks like Grandma the fucking thing. Yeah, let's see if the zombie dragon can be dealt with pretty easily. I think Zombie Dragon does have Poison Breath, I want to say. All the Gaia pulls here are good, though. For these specific sets of enemies, at least. But yeah, Dragon Fangs, they always drop from Zombie Dragons, and I think it's the easiest way to get them. I'm pretty sure there's another type of enemy that drops them later in the game, but we don't have access to them. Dragon Fangs are how you mix dragon power. This one? No, which one is the bone mail pile? Hey, I was gonna flee. There we go. So bone mail is one of the best defensive pieces of armor in the game. I think it is actually the best outside of like the GBA exclusive stuff. But it has a couple of downsides. First of all, it makes you extremely weak to fire, and you count as undead, so if anything heals you normally, it would hurt you instead, and once you go dead, like once you're down on the ground, you don't get to come back up. So do not fucking fall over. If you can work around the limitations, it is extremely strong, but it can be very risky. It's also very light, like the equipment weight, you see that it went down from like 17 to 11. Because equipment weight does affect how quickly, like, it affects the agility calculations, I believe. And usually it's not like a huge deal, it is generally worth equipping like the heavy gear if it means you're gonna get good defenses out of it. Confusion proc can even go off on the zombie dragons. Honestly, the biggest reason I don't use the bone mail is just because I always forget that somebody is using it, and then I heal them normally, and then it fucking kills them. Between casting, like, you know, Kiraga or whatever, you forget they have it one time, and then, oops, they're dead for the rest of the fights. Teehee. Because, like, the fire weakness is pretty easily sustained. Like, you can get around that pretty easily, but... Getting potential, not on demand, I don't believe it instantly, like it's not a guaranteed win slash cast, but it is nice as an option. Win slash, it's good. The other nice thing with Chemist is that we'll be able to double our HP. So between doubling HP, being able to cast Shell and all that, we'll have some pretty tanky mages. And, you know, the Freelancer as well, but they will have access to the Aegis Shield and all the heavy armor they want. Again, you're only seeing these numbers on Ignis Fatuus because it is weak to fire. Alright, these guys don't give me Dragon Fangs. I definitely need to look up a mix chart to see, like, what specifically is going to be good. Alright, unless it's a zombie dragon, I'm not really too interested in fighting it. Oop, too much. Actually, let's heal first before we go to the boss fight. What was the... Phoenix down in dark matter is a death potion. Do I have any dark matter right now? I think you can get dark matter from somewhere. Oh no, I do have one. I have one. Because we can mix that with the Phoenix down, get a death potion, which will instant kill anything that can be instantly killed, which the dragon pod counts as. So rather than having to try and roll the dice with all that nonsense, I do need to actually set the ability though. Because chemists cannot mix innately, they have to learn how to do it first. I'll just give that to Ferris, because she already knows how. Also, the other problem with Bone Mail, it will sneak its way back into your equipment because it is the highest defense in the game, and Optimize will prioritize, you know, the best gear, so it sees, ah, Bone Mail. I am your friend. Thankfully, I think Career Day, it will not prioritize the Bone Mail. They patch that out when you do Optimize. I guess I could also just try and push for instant kills with the Death Sickle, but eh. Caven's also good. Caven's like Earth Elemental. I actually don't know if it counts as Earth Elemental, but it's like Comet. I could, but why? If I want to save a Dark Matter, they're not super common. You gotta leave the dungeon manually, though. Only time mages get to fast travel out. Boy, that sucks for you, huh? Good luck. Yeah, we use the death potion to prevent Lena from trying a little bit of the poison to see how bad it is. So after this Forest of Moor is the Crystal fight, which we could also, again, pop more of those, what's it called? Death potions on. But we can also fish for procs with a Death Sickle. Because the crystals are vulnerable to instant death. I don't remember if you can also hold them. They're vulnerable to a couple different things, if I remember correctly. I think they're also weak to, like, level 4 gravity or whatever it is, whatever the blue magic spell is. Yeah, teleport is really nice. Thankfully, you know, with emulator you can just speed up, you just zhuzh around. Oh, come on, Golem. The worst part is Golem encounters are even wasting your chance to power up the chicken knife. He's stealing your flea because I think it counts as a victory if he flees. Yeah, FF5 is great. Actually, nah. I was gonna say maybe I'll just clear out any zombie dragons I find, but it's already dead. Let's switch this back to Gaia for now. Switch this back to Gaia and unequip the funny prank they play on me. I think air knives show up soon, actually. How much experience are these encounters worth? Are they crystal level 77? I thought you could do something really silly with them besides instant death. I might do my favorite strategy of have one person with a death sickle just bop the crystals and everybody else tries and heals it. Because, like, we can absolutely survive hits for a while. We got white mages. We can just sit there and survive while our death sickle fishes for lucky procs. I could also do... I don't remember if I have access to it otherwise, but... I could also do, like... I could give them drink. Weirdly enough, I could give them drink so they can have a haste. Or I could mix... More likely I would end up mixing a haste for them from a chemist. I think that's pretty easy to do. It's like Turtle Shell... Yeah, Turtle Shell and an eye drop is haste. Don't want to maximize how many times they get to act. Let me in, let me in. I like how Bartz hesitates just a moment because he's still... He's not a fan of heights for reasons. So even just jumping down from the bridge, he's like, Psychotically? Ah, Moguri desu ne. It's a cactrot. It's a pug. It's an evil Oscar. Yeah, I could also go for Mini. Well, I wouldn't Mini the entire party because the only one that can use a Death Sickle right now is the Freelancer. Poison! Poison! Lena, did you forget? Lena just giving Bartz the most evil side-eye. Don't presume I don't know what is and isn't poisonous. I know what I'm here for. The post that mentions the Mog Station logo looks like a Moogle spreading its butt cheeks has been floating around a bit recently again. And you know what? They're right. They're absolutely right. Drink this, it's Monster Zero Ultra Sunrise. It's got all the intense orange flavor, but none of the sugar. This is great for my heart. All this caffeine. I truly do not understand how people can, like, drink multiple full sugar energy drinks a day. Some people do that. Oh yeah, I just wake up, I have a monster, then I have another monster in the middle of the day. It's no way that's good for your heart. looking like it's gonna rain outside, but it hasn't started yet. We'll see what happens if I suddenly drop connection. Because the weather was saying it was supposed to rain, and I know it's gonna be like a heavy storm. Alright, we can't fly over mountains with this dragon. I could try doing Gaia stuff and see what happens. Oh, right. I thought Dragon could land in forest for some reason. That is Black Chocobo. Wait, earthquake! We landed on a brand new island, which you know what that means. Something's gotta get destroyed. We don't do barrier tower yet. That's not until later, right? No, we do barrier, yeah, because we gotta get the submarine so we can go to Force and More. Problem is the dragon's a little slower than the airship is, so I have to use a little bit of speed up. Walk tower, that's a surprise tool that will help us later. Check real quick. I want to confirm that Reflect is white magic. I'm almost positive it is. Yeah, Reflect is white magic. It is a tier 5. Look, at the very least, they're not destroying the old method of transportation. It is a step up. It's after World 1, with the exception of the dragon in that world too, everything exploded as soon as we brought it somewhere. I know technically the ship didn't get destroyed, it just sunk into the ship parking lot beside the flying ship, but still. Monsters. I'm not sure if the water stuff would be good here for the Dragon Enkidu Power Hour. I think I can confuse Enkidu. Let's see what I get from Gaia. Tsunami. Big Wave. Fucking love the progression from Tsunami to Big Wave. The final one, Wave Aga. It's cool that they added, like, all the Dawn Warriors as playable in Record Keeper. It's a shame that Record Keeper is also dead in English. Is this Greg miniable? I swear I could mini another Greg. Maybe not. Speed shake. Oh right, this is... Probably can't whirlpool Greg here. Probably should have grabbed Mix, actually. Oh well. Tsunami isn't terrible damage, but it's not great. Big Wave is the way to go here. Get some protects up. The Japanese version is still going, and you can still play it relatively easily, but it's also... I don't know if there's like an English patch or anybody's done. They did that for the PSO2 mobile game, but I don't think Record Keeper was quite so fortunate. Yeah, Whirlpool doesn't do anything. Might as well drink a Goliath tonic as well, get some extra HP. What if I just whipped you? What if I just whipped? Oh god, yeah, Whirlpool not proccing is kind of stinky. I think it might work on Enkidu at least when he spawns in. Oh right, I have the dancing dagger, I forgot. I feel like Blink is probably a little overkill. Could slap some shells down. I don't know if that's particularly useful, but I could. Could also miss. Yeah, do I just front row people? I think we just front row. Defensively, we're pretty good. I also think Bart needs a protect in front row here. What do you have equipped? Do you still have the flail? Oh my god, you still have the flail. You still have the flail. Get you cured first of all, and then I can cure the paralysis after. Oh yeah, I definitely switch that out, because draining MP and getting Tempting Tag out only to fail is not very good. I want to put some shells out so that makes Deathclaw less likely to land. Could be everybody. It's hard to tell because it doesn't flash multiple colors. Swap out that dancing dagger. I think Orichalcum Dirk is our best option. At 330 damage. So you go front row too. Greg is not heavy. Can I Death Sickle him? Can I try Death Sickle? Oh right, we're not getting full damage because we're in back row. Okay, Whirlpool did proc on Enkidu, so I might actually just be able to delete him right here. Actually, if he casts White Wind, that should be like no healing. Tee 3 HP White Wind, that's funny. That was like the absolutely perfectly timed White Wind, or Whirlpool. That means Greg has got to be pretty low too. 112 damage. God. I'm struggling. Oh no, you can't get instant death procs, it just was not lucky. Who's saying this? Hey! No, we're gonna do Barrier Tower first, then we do Forest of More. I wish I had a way to steal. Thief Knife doesn't show up until the Mirage Village, but Greg has different forms of the Genji armor, which is very good. And again, we have the ribbon, which is kind of identical to most of the stuff the Genji armor does anyways. The Genji shield has the highest physical evasion of the game, but the Aegis shield overall is better. I guess I didn't really have to sleep here because there's the bed in the sub as well. I say bed, I mean the chairs in the sub. We're all going to take a nap on those comfy chairs. I don't think I really need to worry about grinding out a Reflect Ring. Because some party compositions really want that. Other party compositions, like this one for example, I could just cast Reflect straight up. Which honestly is arguably kind of better, because then you can at least turn off Reflect via Dispel if you need to. Whereas having the Reflect Ring, like, it cannot be dispelled, which means if you really need to cast Kirago or something on that party member, and you can't do it, you must simply hold that. With these 1 barriers. Also, one of the really rare instances in an RPG where it's like, the villain did not install any redundancies, so like destroying even 1 chunk of his barrier net destroys the entire thing. That makes it weak enough so you can actually just go into the castle. Most games would be like, ah, you have to destroy the 4 barriers. I guess there is an entire boss themed around that, but... well, I gotta set up raid. Anyways, I think that's a good place to wrap up for the day, just before we start the Reflect Tower, Barrier Tower, whatever. Well, thank you all for coming by for some FF5 today. I'm not sure if I'm going to do more of this on Thursday. I haven't decided. I don't have any concrete plans lined up here. Let's use live right now, actually. I think Ryudo was streaming some Breath of Fire. Okay, cool, he was. I'm going to read you all over to him. If you want to go get more JRPG goodness, Ryudo is playing some Breath of Fire 4. He's also a really cool dude, you should just follow him in general. And yeah, I will see you all on Thursday. Feel free to follow if you're not already doing so. I generally stream 3 days a week. Recently it's been a good amount of RPGs, but also I've been I kind of play a lot of different stuff. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy, gamers.